Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. So it's an American-owned company. It's gonna be put together by it's Korean-made steel. Like none of this stuff is Canadian. The elbows up crew is like full on everybody else except for us. And then they're bringing this forward as a plan to be the LNG project from Alberta out to the West Coast in British Columbia, but they hinted at this in that little video that the natives would probably not be completely okay with this. And we all see what's been happening in British Columbia with the natives. So this happened in Parliament today. This is the leader of the opposition, Pierre Poilievre.
Hang on before you go to that one, right? So that project was a list of 6 announced last week, right? There was 5 like in September and 6 last week. These are supposedly the nation building projects. And now Alberta is looking and looked at the map after the 11 had been announced so far and went, wait a minute, there isn't one from Alberta yet, right? And Smith had made a sort of issued an ultimatum to Ottawa. So that's the exchange now in the House of Commons, I think, because Carney, apparently there's a memorandum of understanding between Carney and Danielle Smith that we're going to see on Thursday. Is that tomorrow? Like in 2 days from now. And it's been leaked out and they're already debating it. I guess we're getting screwed. Alberta's going to get screwed. And so's everybody. But yeah, play the clip. I mean,
here we are.
Speaking of Canadian interest, this Prime Minister opposed the pipeline from Alberta to the Pacific, just like his Liberal predecessor blocked that same pipeline. On Thursday, he'll make one of his grand announcements, waving around a meaningless so-called memorandum of understanding. If it's anything other than a public relations ploy, why won't he say on what date will construction begin on a pipeline from Alberta to the Pacific?
Here. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, sometimes the question reveals everything. The memorandum of understanding that we're negotiating with Alberta creates necessary conditions, but not sufficient conditions, because we believe in cooperative federalism. We believe the government of British Columbia has to agree. We believe that First Nations right holders in this country have to agree and support. All stakeholders have to back. That's one thing.
So what does that tell you? What that tells me is basically the Liberals, because we just saw it. Like the Conservatives were on the side of the Liberals when it came to forget the provinces sovereignty and their decision making. Let's sign a bill that gives federal power over everybody's decisions with Bill C5.
First Act. Yeah. C2,
that's right.
The Canada First Act. Absolutely.
So they put that forward and they're like, yeah, that's great. And then they bring this thing and they say, yeah, but we're going to make sure that the natives have their say in all of this. What does that tell me? It tells me that they had no intent on actually pushing that through. They had no intent of making that a thing because they knew that the natives were going to just shut it down. British Columbia is the province of shut it down. It's the province of give me your land and shut it down.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, what else can you call it? What else can you call it? And I don't understand what David Eby's doing. I guess it goes to his base. But, I mean, that's the base. That's the Lower Mainland base. Want nothing to do with capitalism or markets or fossil fuels.
No, it's a great question. Like, I was hoping you could answer it as a British Columbian. Like, is Eby, is he just trying to get reelected, and he thinks that being a dick to Alberta in particular gains him popularity points? Okay, that's one thing. Or is he hoping to get something out of Ottawa from this? Like, but again,
probably the latter.
But that video that you just showed, he's not getting anything because he's getting a barge that's going to come from Korea that's going to get parked offshore and that's going to somehow or other compress a bit of natural gas and sell it. Like, he's not getting much, EB. Like, nobody's getting anything. Nobody's getting anything. Yeah.
British Columbia doesn't care because British Columbia just wants to be left alone to do their own thing. Whether it's allow the triads to run fentanyl things with the Mexican cartels, or just do just plain old money laundering through the the casinos and through the housing market, and it's all about criminality. Like this province is a crime province. It's unbelievable, and the more I learn about it, the more I find out about it, the more it just becomes apparent. And you know, David Eby was famously bought off by the Chinese triads ages ago, and he's just kind of under their thumb. That really is, at the end of the day. I don't think he has anything to worry about winning any elections, because there's no election coming anytime soon. The Conservatives are definitely not pushing for one, because the Conservatives have imploded as a party. They entirely imploded as a party. They've kicked out the only people that really make any sense, in my estimate, were the people who are going to be forming One BC. But it's still a tiny party. You know, they're hoping to get maybe what, 5%, 10% of the electoral vote in the next election. That's about it. That's where they sit.
Isn't Rustad pulling some weird stunt too right now, trying to get some? Isn't he fighting? I think Rustad's claimed that has got a lawsuit going of some sort too, right? He's going to try and hang on to power or do something. Yeah, I know. Like, I mean,
they're trying to oust him is what's happening. The caucus is trying their best to oust him, and he's doing everything to avoid it. And it's never a good look when they want you out, because he's made so many crucial errors. Like when he kicked out Dallas Brody and Tara, whatever her name is, yeah, and then Lindsay Shepherd, and it's like, what? Like you're completely off base from conservatism and conservatives that you need to get out, and the entire base is saying this, and so they're imploding. Like if Rustad doesn't step down, then there is no Conservative Party in this province. It's unbelievable.
Wow. Yeah. What a mess we've created in this country in 10 years, right? Like 10, 15 years. And it's just okay. Well, I mean, let's stick on a positive note. If Elizabeth may can see that it's a mess, maybe others will see that it's a mess. I don't know. I some days I lose.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more clips like that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. The link is right here. If you want to see it live as it happens, make sure you subscribe to the Clyde Do Something YouTube channel. The link is right there. We'll see you in the next one.